Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Tuesday, April 9th edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Julio Garcia, and I'm so excited to be joining you this morning with a great show prepared for everyone back at home. Coming up on this first hour, we have Elizabeth Sullivan telling us a little bit about her practice, guiding us through an exercise routine, as well as a sound therapy session. We've also got Mountain Youth in the studio telling us about all the amazing work they do in our community, as well as an important conversation on seasonal depression. So grab your cup of coffee, sit down, and enjoy this first hour of Good Morning Vail, which starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, to kick things off today, Liz had the opportunity to sit down with Elizabeth Sullivan from Elizabeth Sullivan Wellness and Abundance. And in this first part, she tells us a little bit about her practice. Let's take a look.
To get in shape. I brought one of my favorite people today. This is Elizabeth Sullivan. Hello.
Hello, Liz.
I'm so happy to see you.
Yes, and thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Yes. So I've been yapping about the Vail Valley Theater Company's production of Tony and Tina's wedding. This is where I met this amazing lady, and that is enough for me just to have done that, to have met you, because you're incredible.
Aw, you're so sweet.
But the one thing, we were all stressed and we all were like a little chaotic, and before each show you would gather us in a circle and do some sort of mindfulness, just togetherness, and we would pump each other's hand as we went around the circle, and it was just something so profound and wonderful that I wanted to bring you on so you could share some of your knowledge on how we can keep our state of mind in a good place, especially as we get older. We have so many things. We're looking at our bodies, we're like getting really mad and all that great stuff. So yeah. I know you're going to do a couple of things with me this morning, but tell us, everybody, what you do and how people can find you if you want to do any private lessons at home or anything like that.
Sure. Well, I have been in the fitness industry since the 80s. Oh. And 80, maybe even, 80s.
She's still not as old as me, so it doesn't matter.
I am.
No. Yeah, go.
And so, oh my God, back in the day I used to teach aerobics and aqua aerobics and crazy things, you know. Spinning, this and that. So I've always been in the fitness industry because I was a dancer. I was a professional dancer and a dance major. So nice. I have a degree in that and kinesiology. I'm so into the body. I'm so into taking care of yourself. And as I age, my mantra is keep moving. I have a 90-year-old mother with total dementia, but I will make her do chair yoga or something just to move. It's really, really important to move. And when people are like, oh, I can't ski 100 days anymore, or I can't climb a 14 so I can't climb a 14.
I never could.
I have 2 joint replacements. I have 2 hip replacements. Right. I'm bone on the knee. the point is that our exercise or our fitness and our wellness, it evolves as we age. And
that's very good point.
And it's really important to just keep moving, even if we're not doing the crazy CrossFit stuff that we used to do in our 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s, well into my 60s. And I like telling people that because I want people to know that you can feel good in our 60s, 70s, yes. 80s.
And that's a lot of things I like to bring to light, especially with me in the weekends, because I'm also in the same age bracket. And, you know, I don't like saying cliches, but motion is lotion. It really is. It keeps your joints moving.
Right.
And a body at rest does stay at rest. And then you end up with atrophy. And you end up tired all the time. And then you're not eating right because you don't care. Self-care is so important. Even if you're mad at yourself that day, you get yourself up and do something.
Right.
Any little thing for yourself is so important.
And I teach everything. I mean, not everything. Sorry, I have to take that
Close
back.
to it.
But I'm certified in Pilates and I'm certified in yoga and still spinning. And I love to incorporate everything in with my clients.
Sure.
Yes.
Well,
so,
I think it's amazing. And I love anybody that has this altruistic approach to exercise. You don't only do it for yourself. You want to bring us all in. You want to make us all feel good and have a great experience. You know, exercise is not, it doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be, oh God, I got to get myself up into you literally can look forward to it if you have the right practice.
And some people have this mindset of, oh my gosh, I don't have an hour a day. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be an hour a day. So what I'm going to do with Liz today, one of the sequences is on the foam roller. Whether you have 5 minutes or you have 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you that today.
I love that. And I've never really known what these are for. Okay. To me, it's something like you can prop your head back in bed when you're hanging out, you know. So I'm excited to learn what to do with this thingamajig and so many more great things. I'm really happy to have you here with me this morning. Are you ready to get into some exercising with me? And we got some Zen stuff and all kinds of great things. Elizabeth is well-rounded in the field of fitness. So we're going to get ready to roll out. Well, we already rolled out the mat. We're going to roll me out, and we're going to do some exercises. So get ready, get in your comfy stuff, and sit on the floor and get ready to join us for some great things to take care of our bodies and our mind. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie and Astis.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com. We are back with more Good Morning Vail. Now, in the first part, we got to meet Elizabeth and learn a little bit about her practice. Up next, we're going to show you part 2 with her and Liz doing some exercises to help us live and lead a healthier life. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. It's Sunday. We're getting in shape with Elizabeth Sullivan. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
She's got this scary looking thing, and we're going to experience it right now. This is a foam roller, everybody. Okay, so what do we do and what is the purpose?
Okay, so I love putting people on foam rollers.
Yeah.
I used to put all my little old ladies with kyphosis or osteoporosis on the foam roller. Now I put everybody on the foam roller because everybody is on their devices. So our bodies are leaning forward. Our necks are cranked. I have a son-in-law who's 35. He has the worst back. He has an 85-year-old back because he writes code every day.
Oh.
He's at the computer every day. He's not going to be happy that I said that, but he lays on the foam roller every single day.
Wow, that's great. So this actually helps align you a little bit as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
We used to do it in PT all the time.
Okay.
Now we take it into the mainstream fitness.
Nice.
And it is wonderful. So whether you have 5 minutes or 15 minutes, I'm going to kind of show you what to do
Basics.
here. So,
all right, everybody, I'm jamming out on a foam roller.
So Liz
How do I lay on it?
Yeah, Liz is going to lay long ways. Let me just show you.
Okay.
Okay. I know it's not attractive getting down, but tailbone is at the end, and then you lay down. And I'm a tall drink of water.
Yes, she is.
So I have to use my hands at the base, and I pull myself down because I want the head to be on the foam roller. I want the rib cage to be in. I want the whole spine to be touching. So here is where I'm going to take you. Do you think you...
I think I can do it.
Okay, here we go.
She's a tall drink of water. I'm a short shot. Let's try and see what's going to happen here. All right, so I sit on the roller.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you go all the way back.
This feels weird.
Core.
My microphone box is in
I know, I just felt that too.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Rolling.
Okay, so it's not only the whole frontal core, rib cage, middle, we call that middle Buddha belly, bikini belly, transverse abdominis, but it's our obliques and our QLs, quadratum laborum.
Wow.
So pull the rib cage in.
Okay.
Anchor the feet. Yes. We want to be controlled on the foam roller. We're going to start. So this is your 5-minute little routine is arms.
All right.
Shoulder stabilization. Take your arms to goal post. And then we're going to windshield down and up.
Like with both arms?
But both of them.
Oh, at the same time?
So you stay steady on the foam roller.
Oh, so you have to schedule. Okay.
Yes, you have to balance.
Oh, okay.
Here's your obliques. If someone is falling off, we know that their obliques are a little weak.
Hi.
So down and up.
Okay.
Beautiful. Then let's go swimmer. One arm long, one down. So I tell everyone, I'm kind of out of, see, I'm so tall.
I love it.
I'll come down to you. I tell everybody they need a foam roller at home. So
this is great. I mean, I can feel my core.
Sure, absolutely.
As I roll from side to side.
So then another one, goal post your arms, go back towards the top of the mat, and then elbows to the hips.
Kind of like a shoulder raise.
Fabulous. And then come down. We do that against the wall for PT.
Oh.
Yep. 2 more. Up and down. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is, if you want to lay on the spine, your spine is achy, we want to realign our spine, we lay on the spine. You can also circle the arms up and over, holding on, core is engaged, rib cage is in.
You have to remember quite a bit, but
like
when
a
you get
game.
used to it, your body goes naturally into that. I'm not used to it yet, so you know.
Keep going. She can't talk and work out at the same time.
Or chew gum and walk.
She can. She'll get it. Then go the opposite
I
way.
pull a muscle. I'm just kidding. Go the other way.
You did not. And then do the opposite way. What a jokester.
If you don't have a foam roller at home, you can still do these exercises because it's great for your upper flabby arms.
Okay, so that is, if you have 5 minutes, we're going to lay on the foam roller and we're going to make our spine feel good. Our shoulders melt down on each side of the foam roller. It's yummy.
Yeah,
yummy.
It feels good when you relax on
5 minutes. So now here comes my party. Take the forearms and put them on the mat.
Okay.
Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind us. Yes.
Okay.
Take your right knee up to tabletop.
Like that?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Skinny does not mean in shape, people, just so you know.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I'm not in shape.
And then take the other leg up.
Oh, sure.
Yep. Okay, legs together. Here's our prancing. Prance like a deer. Down and down.
And stay on the roller?
Yes. Down and down. Not fast. So in Pilates, we don't go fast. Everybody thinks it's very boring and we don't do anything in Pilates.
Please.
But it's very hard. It's very core oriented.
Yeah, my core is definitely feeling
working.
this.
Okay,
It's amazing these simple little things make you feel it.
Legs in tabletop. Here's my skier. Tiny little skier, side side.
Cute.
Okay. Obliques, QLs are working.
Wait,
so,
hold on.
So
Okay.
now we know what Liz needs to do on a regular basis.
My stomach.
She needs to get on the foam roller
and do my
and work her core.
Yeah, because can I stop?
You can put your feet down.
The one thing I've learned about the core, if you have any back issues, if you do keep your core strength intact, your back issues, they don't go away miraculously, but they really do help.
Right, because the frontal part,
it's strengthening.
Our abs are our stabilizer for our back.
Oh,
makes sense.
that.
So when people say, "Oh, I have the worst back," I'm like, "Okay, let's test your core."
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Okay, single leg kicks. It's like bicycle.
Okay.
We're just not rotating on the hip.
All
so
right.
you're going to alternate. 1, and breathe. 2, and breathe. And 3, and breathe.
This is not that bad.
4, and breathe. Now pick your head up and continue the legs.
Okay.
Pick up the head. Don't scrunch your shoulders, though. Keep your shoulders down. Yep, chin to the chest.
Okay, I lied. It's not that hard. I mean, not
It
that
is, because now we're activating the rib cage.
Oh my
Right,
God.
Liz?
Yeah, I feel it right here.
Yeah.
Like 100%, and I also feel it in my lower part of my belly.
Now put your head down. Take your legs to take your legs to 90 degrees. Straighten those legs. Flutter kick like if you were in the ocean. Flutter kick, flutter kick, flutter kick.
Flutter kick.
Flutter kick.
I feel so flattered.
And then big scissor.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Hello, everybody.
You're complaining a lot for such a little girl. Small little woman. We got to get strong.
I am not strong, and I need to be.
She's now going to come and see me.
Oh,
yes.
heck yeah. I want to see you after your yoga class.
I teach 3 MAC classes in the whole Vail Valley. I take privates every Thursday. I sublease a sweet little studio with reformers in it. Yeah. And then I teach yoga. Feet come down. Yeah.
I'm like dead weight right now.
You can find me, ElizabethSullivanWellness.com.
Please look her up. She's amazing.
I also have Pilates cycling retreats in Italy every September.
What?
Yeah.
Who wants to go on a retreat with me to Italy?
Then I have an all-women's yoga Pilates retreat in Mexico every January.
What? Oh, my God.
I know.
I need to know a lot more about
They're very,
this.
very special.
And retreats are amazing because you get to just bond with people, whether you know them or not. It's a bonding experience. It's a self-fulfilling experience.
It's wonderful.
And it's so good to treat yourself to something that's purely self-love.
And now the one in January where I co-teach with my best friend in the whole world. She was my roommate in college. She lives in Minneapolis. That's an all-women's retreat. And
nice.
we leave it that way.
That's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes we need our women bonding sessions.
Yes, we need our girl time.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
going to just hang out on this roller.
So I can keep going and going and going with you on the foam roller. I also do upper body weights from the foam roller. I didn't bring any unless you have some here.
Yeah, they're in my back pocket. I'll get right to it.
put your hands right here, and we would chest press.
Oh, like if you had some little dummy weights.
Yes.
Or just a dummy.
2s, 3s, 5s, 8-pounders.
Hoo-ha. Or just pump, because I can still feel, you know, if you do enough,
Right.
you can blow out the floor.
People don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they do. You know, when you wave and you stop your arm and your arm's still waving.
Yes, the high Helen.
I love that.
You mean the bingo arm?
Bingo.
Yeah.
I call him.
It's fun going
walnuts.
into our 60s, 70s, 80s.
You know what? You can go in with a lot of dignity, as you can see.
Yes.
I'm super dignified. But you know what? The truth is, any kind of motion that you can give your body and a little self-love, because we've been hard on ourselves our whole lives. I know I have.
Right.
We've been just running, going, doing, and being. Now's the time to just take care of yourself, be happy, be fulfilled, and do a couple of things that make you feel really good.
Well, and that's why I tell everybody, just lay on the foam roller once a day.
Oh my God, I'll tell you
Even
what.
if you're not doing the core, we're going to just lay on the foam roller once a day.
Well, I want to learn more about how to keep our mind at peace and everything else, and Elizabeth's all about that. So,
we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. More TV8 Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Master TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado, the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? Chenna Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at Chenna Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now we are continuing on our 3-part little series here with Elizabeth Sullivan. And in this last part, she guides Liz through a session of sound therapy. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz. This is Elizabeth Sullivan next to me. We did a little bit of foam rolling, Pilates, for a little bit of body exercise, but some of my most, I love this. Oops.
How about this one?
Isn't that amazing? These are singing bowls, and what are these called?
Chimes.
Chimes. Singing bowls and chimes are two little things that you can literally get online if you want, but there's something magical about the noise. I have been to a few sessions where they do Reiki, and then they'll do like some chakra work, and then they do these sounds, and there's something superbly peaceful about it.
Right.
And so it's a magical feeling. What is the exact, I only think it sounds cool, but tell us about these items and why they are so pivotal in our world.
Because sound grounds.
New bumper sticker, everybody.
So Liz was talking earlier about, we did a show together with Vail Valley Theater Company, and actors are very dramatic.
No way!
They have so much drama. And finally I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to teach a yoga class. Anybody that wants to come can come. And then I also taught them right before every show, we did 3 to 5 minutes of breathing. Literally, in 3 to 5 breaths of breathing,
amazing,
you can calm your nervous system. So we run on high, like my kids go, I have a different gear. And I have 7 gears in my car.
Nice.
So does that mean I run on 8 and 9?
She's a semi.
A semi. No, it's a Porsche. but so life is stressful. Life is so stressful. Even driving on I-70 from Eagle to Edwards is stressful. So
yeah, I mean, life, bills, work.
How can we calm our nervous system once a day, just like laying on the foam roller for 5 minutes? How can we sit with ourselves either in the morning or at night and calm our breath and relax and reset our nervous system?
I have the goosebumps every time I talk to you about stuff like this because I'm a high-wired person. Shocker. Try and contain it, everybody. I know. But there's nothing better than to just, I'm either wide awake or I pass out. So I don't like that. I like to come down and have a nice, enjoyable, peaceful experience. So these things are remarkable, and the breathing is so important.
Right. So let's do that.
All right.
So that your viewers know, wow, for 3 to 5 breaths, I can calm myself down before going to bed, and the monkey mind, busy brain is going. How? Yes, counting sheeps. Remember those days?
Yeah, but they used to turn into pork chops, then I'd be hungry.
There you go. So let's do 3 to 5 breaths.
All right.
Okay.
Ready, everybody?
And whether you're lying down or sitting in a chair or sitting cross-legged like we are today, it doesn't matter. Just close your eyes. What matters is a straight spine, and we're going to take a big, big breath in through our nose and exhale through our mouth. And it should be that audible sound. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely.
You know what it does? It balances. It's a very weird experience. I have high anxiety. I do. And I was always told the alternative nostril breathing helps with anxiety when you're having you're in the throes. And it does. But you don't have to know that. You have to literally, those 3 breaths, I don't know what they do to your cranial situation, but it seems to switch up. And it's almost like a dopamine boost.
Well,
I don't know how to explain it, but
I
it really
could go
does.
in, but it would take me hours.
All right,
it's
we only have a little
serotonin.
time.
It's
serotonin, not dopamine, right?
So by that breath, we are releasing certain chemicals.
Yeah.
Why do you think they say everybody should meditate every single day, right? Why are the Hindu monks, why are they so peaceful?
I wish I knew.
So this is something that the Western world is getting into and has started to get into, but we need to remind ourselves to do it more often.
Absolutely.
Because everybody is so stressed. And anxiety, panic attacks, depression.
I mean, and it's always been this way, but it's really something that we can talk about now in this day and age, and people don't have a stigma attached to them. We can actually discuss how we have a little anxious moments,
right,
or we have a little stress or struggles,
right,
because it's not taboo anymore to talk about the things, because mental health is just as important as any kind of physical health that we go through. It's
right,
still physical. It affects our physicality, it affects our mind, it affects our behavior, and it affects our well-being and just our day-to-day world. And the one
right,
thing I have learned also, that I've learned this from you, if you don't like meditation, you have no idea what meditation is. You can take a song, and if you just sit quietly and you sit there and listen to the song and just get all the words,
right,
you're meditating.
Right.
The breathing, you're concentrating on just that breath solely. You're literally having a meditative experience.
Right.
So you don't have to think, oh, I mean, I'm the kind of person, I'll have an anxiety attack during the exercise where you're like, okay, go to your thighs. I'm on my at the thighs. I want to get to the... So, you know, not everybody can sit there and go through your body where that... There are so many ways to meditate.
Right,
and
so it could be 3 minutes or
yeah,
it could be 3 hours.
Right.
It's just all the in between.
Right.
And when people, really, the word yoga, it doesn't mean the asana, all the asana.
Right.
Really, yoga means the prana, the breath, the asana, the movement, and the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
There is yoga where, okay, we're doing yoga now because we're sitting cross-legged and we're breathing.
Right.
Okay.
And it's a state of mind, state of being, and
right,
that's how we also end up really just experiencing a more exciting life when we have a little small time to practice anything that we experience that makes us feel really good. The rest is gravy.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
absolutely.
It's weird.
I'm going to give a little plug to my organization called Heads Up for Hope. It's our brain injury support group in the county, and I started it with 4 other people 5 years ago. Well, I am certified in Love Your Brain Yoga, which is specifically for brain injured people. So see, they use it because they have issues concentrating
right,
and cognitive issues. So meditation, yoga, all of this is good for anybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
And as we age, we were going to talk about this.
All right, we're going to do it.
Like even my mother does chair yoga. Okay, that's beautiful. She's 90.
90, yeah.
That's fabulous. Just sit in a chair, breathe, and relax. So it is so important.
So important. I can't even thank you enough for doing this with me.
Should we play the chimes going out?
I think we should go out of this segment with some beautiful sounds. Close your eyes, enjoy the sound, listen, breathe deep, in through your nose.
In through your nose. If you want to exhale through your mouth, go ahead.
Yeah, as long as the breathing is consistent, because I've noticed when I'm doing certain exercises, I hold my breath so I can keep myself still. But you don't have to do that. If you breathe, your body grounds a little bit more.
We go into a Ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out through the nose.
Yeah, I like that too. I always like that. It's called Ujjayi?
Ujjayi.
Ujjayi. You gotta try Ujjayi.
She's something. Oh my God.
All right, let's do some more beautiful noise.
I'll be back next week.
You please. Come on. I mean, she does all of these great exercise things, so we can just continue to learn with Elizabeth Sullivan at ElizabethSullivanWellness.com. There you go. Yep. All right, everybody.
Okay.
As we go out, enjoy the sounds.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today.
Did you see Caitlin Clark last night?
She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires.
Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
Just it sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, Ross had the opportunity to sit down with the executive director of Mountain Youth here on the couch to talk about all the wonderful things this organization does in our community and specifically with our youth. So let's take a listen.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. You know, they say children are our future unless we stop them now. Just kidding. Joining us on the couch this morning, we have Michelle Hartle. She is the executive director of Mountain Youth, which is doing so much in our community to help our local youth get ready for the rest of their lives. So, Michelle, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Ross.
Mountain Youth is an awesome organization, and can you tell us a little bit about the mission and what you guys are working on?
Sure. So we are proud to have been existing in the community since 2001, so we've been here a little while, always with a focus on serving kids and then those that support them. So families, teachers, coaches, etc. We try to make sure that they have the skills and supports they need to be healthy and safe, and a variety of different programs to make that happen.
Yeah, and so you mentioned these programs, they kind of hit different age groups, but what are some of these programs that are available for kids?
Sure. So we do a lot around youth leadership and advocacy. That started with high schoolers, and then we brought that down to the middle school population a few years ago. For those programs, which we call Valley's Voice, we really put all the decision making in the hands of the students. So we use the phrase, nothing about us without us. We see our adult staff as supporters and really helping those students make happen whatever their vision and their goals are. So they plan different projects that impact their peers. They plan healthy free events all year long, especially in the summer. And with that area of our work, we are looking to expand into the 18 to 25-year-old population.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, you never really grow up. So that 18 to 25 is still a kid at heart sometimes.
Totally.
So this is available across the county, right? Across multiple schools. Like who can join you guys, and who are you kind of looking to add to Mountain?
Anybody can get involved with Valley's Voice. So again, middle school through now up to age 25. One of my favorite pieces of feedback we hear from students is that it's a unique environment for kids to come together no matter what school they go to and work on something in a united manner. So they're not competing against each other like sports or other activities that are more school or town based.
Right. And how can people get involved? Like, is it a website? Is it a phone call? How can people get involved?
So we have all of our programs on our website at mountainyouth.org. We also learned a few years back that in order to make the most impact with students, it takes working with that whole ecosystem. So making sure we're engaging parents, caregivers, families. And so we do also offer a variety of free bilingual family education programs. And the most popular ones are called Eat Chat Connect, Move Chat Connect. We have a Spanish series called Aprendiendo Juntos. And we bring in speakers, authors, local experts for folks to learn together. One thing we found really neat is to really encourage parents to bring their kids with them so that they're learning together.
Awesome.
So it's much more effective than, mom, dad coming home and being like, I learned today that we should do things differently.
Right.
So they're exploring new ideas and new structures at home together.
That's awesome. So it really does. I mean, it takes a village, right? Everyone's getting involved in the community to help out. And then there's also events that you guys do, right, to bring people together. Last night was one, and you have some coming up. Can you tell us what some of these events are? And they're fun, right?
They are. Yeah, we try really hard to offer fun, free events. We know that connection is so important, especially these days where we're combating isolation and supporting mental health. Last night we held a free art event at Dewey Dabbles for any of the students that we work with, and they had a lot of fun. It was pottery painting, and really it was reconnecting with each other and talking about life and in an unstructured, fun manner. Other events we have, tomorrow night we have a Move Chat Connect down at the Eagle Ice Rink. So Mountain Rec's been generous in offering that space. The last time we held that free ice skating event down there, we had about 200 people come out. So all ages, skates can be provided for free. We have free meal. And then interpretation of some kind of light breathing and movement exercises.
That's awesome, right? Yeah, get together and do a little physical activity, get some ice skating in, maybe a little dinner together. That sounds a lot of fun. So that's tomorrow, and then anything else coming up? I know in April we got some events as well.
We do. We have events going on all the time. A big one I'd love to highlight, we do an annual fundraising event called Forging Futures. And we're working with Vail Resorts again on that. They're hosting us at Citria up in Beaver Creek, right next to the ice rink. And this is the only event that we do have ticketing for. The support that we garner through sponsorships and ticket sales allows us to keep all the rest of our community programming throughout the year.
Awesome.
And we're super excited. We're going to have a speaker up from the CU Anschutz Depression Center. She's going to talk about stress and self-care. We thought that would be a topic that everybody can use to learn a little bit more about. And not just, the negatives of stress and how to prevent it and how to deal with it, but there are some positive aspects of stress when we think back to, early stages of human evolution and why we kind of can use some of those factors to our benefit.
Definitely. And I'm a little removed from my youth here, but what are today's youth, especially in our county, what are the challenges they're facing? And I'm sure some people think they're facing them alone, but our whole community is kind of tackling these challenges.
Totally.
But what are kids kind of facing these days?
Well, I'll speak from two perspectives. At Mountain Youth, we do a lot of youth behavioral data collection. So we're just seeing the early results from the last Healthy Kids Colorado survey, which is a big data set here. We collected that information in all the local middle and high schools back in January. And then I'll also speak from the standpoint of really listening to young people. We bring them together and we want to hear from them continuously on what they're seeing, what sort of supports they think their peers should have. And so a couple of the areas that have come up over the past few years that we are tackling and the young people we work with are tackling are certainly mental health. And so with that connection, healthy opportunities to be outside, to be moving, and again, to be connected, to have solid relationships. Substance use prevention. Yep. We are here in this community where a lot of people are excited about that party lifestyle. And so we want to be conscientious about what we're modeling for our kids and what our community norms are, and make sure that there are, events that aren't showcasing drugs and alcohol as a primary component.
Yeah. So a lot of similar things that have been around for years, right?
Totally.
Always tackling them. And then with Mountain Youth, the 18 to 25 year range, what are you guys doing there?
Yeah, so this is something that's been on our radar for a few years. We are just now securing some resources to start really paying attention. So Eagle County has provided some support to Mountain Youth. Our first year, we're really spending, as is our typical model, listening to that population.
Awesome.
So we're doing a big survey right now. It's open for another week or two where we are trying to call out from that 18 to 25 population what are you excited about in our community? What do you need? Where are gaps in resources? What would you like to see more of? And then with that information and with leaders in that age population, we will start to build programming. Right now, we're seeing some needs around more recreation. We do have, people come to this community as a recreation mecca. Right. However, sometimes affordable and accessible sports are hard to find, especially if you're new to the community and just kind of want to drop in. And then also volunteering. We have so many nonprofits that need support in this community, and so we want to pay attention to how we can connect, especially those young adults, to meaningful ways to give back.
Definitely. And then there's so much, that's all fun stuff. There's also the important work about mental health. There's some stuff about safe driving, right? So the expanse and reach you guys have is amazing. Anything else? I'm sure there's a ton more, right?
Yeah. I mean, we always are trying to keep a pulse on what's going on with kids and with families, and then those others that are supporting those populations. So we are also looking at different policies. I mean, this might not be as cool or engaging sounding as some of our other areas of work, but we are really grateful to get to work with elected officials and event planners around kind of laws, norms, processes, supports. You mentioned safe driving. That's an area that we pay attention to. We want to make sure we have good transportation systems and options so people can move around safely, and that people are informed on consequences, and hopefully that there's incentives around for healthy behaviors.
For sure. I know kind of November, end of year is that kind of giving time, but you can give year round.
Oh, yeah.
I just did my taxes, and there's always that question, how much did you donate, which I'm always proud to put a number in. So definitely, if you're considering it, get your kids or your parents involved in Mountain Youth. If you don't have kids, maybe consider donating or volunteering. Michelle, is there anything else people could do?
Check out what we have going on at mountainyouth.org. We've got tickets for Forging Futures. We got our events calendar with all sorts of kids and family opportunities coming up. And yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. Donations are welcome. Every time of year is a great time to give. Please check us out at mountainyouth.org.
Mountainyouth.org, and also get down to the Eagle Ice Rink tomorrow and enjoy a good evening with Mountain Youth. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us. And thanks so much for all you do with Mountain Youth. It really is one of the things that makes our community so awesome. So thank you for that. And please stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good Morning Vail.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Good Morning Vail. Now, up next, we have Dr. Melissa Lopez Larson, who gives us an important conversation about seasonal depression and ways we can improve it. Let's listen to all of the things Dr. Melissa Larson has to say.
Today I was going to talk a little bit about seasonal depression, and the reason I think it's very timely to begin talking about this is we're starting to see people, being a little bit more down and more blue around this time of the year. The seasons have changed, the days are getting shorter and shorter, and those are usually precipitants to developing a seasonal depression if you're predisposed to it at this time. Usually most people will experience depression or seasonal depression in primarily, January, February, March. But I see, at least up here in Park City, earlier and earlier because we tend to have a pretty short fall and earlier winter than most parts of the country. And so people are already starting to say, I'm starting to kind of notice that I'm more down or blue, or I'm starting to kind of lose my energy and motivation. And so I just like to highlight seasonal depression as a true form of depression. It's not something that simply is going to be kind of mild and you can work through it. For some people, it's actually we need to kind of intervene and get some treatment started for them. Some of the warning signs for depression typically include, or they start with kind of lower moods. You'll notice lower energy, maybe struggles to focus, concentrate, maybe organize or plan things. Other things to think about, low motivation or just not wanting to get out and hang out with family or exercise or do the things that you used to typically enjoy. The other things to worry about is appetite. And I know, like for myself, around this time of year, I start craving kind of some of those more comfort homemade foods like pot roast and pot pies and things like that. And so usually, those are carbohydrate cravings, and that's something that we'll start seeing more often with people who are starting to struggle with some kind of maybe some seasonal blues or seasonal depression. I like to make sure people take those seasonal depression very seriously because it can lead to serious complications similar to any other kind of major depressive event. And that can include things like struggles to go to work or failure to be able to even go to school or even, increased suicidal thoughts and those types of things. So the etiology of seasonal depression is not entirely known, but there's a lot of different theories out there. One of them being it's just related to the shortening of the days with less sunlight exposure. There's also, potential disruptions to the circadian rhythms, our natural sleep-wake cycle, where we're trying to get up and it's still dark outside. That's pretty hard on the system. And then we're staying, awake past, the time where it's dark. When we get home, it's already dark at 5, 6 o'clock, and we're supposed to stay up for another couple hours. And that's just really kind of hard on the system overall. And I really love the idea of two different types of novel treatments. One is a light box therapy or light box treatment. The other one is called a dawn simulator. And they work a little bit differently. The dawn simulator actually will mimic dawn, even though it's dark outside. It'll slowly brighten up your room to full brightness right around the time that you want to get up. And this kind of helps ease us into waking up in the morning, which is really nice on our melatonin and our circadian rhythm production. In addition, the other type of treatment that I'll typically recommend would be something like a light box. And you can get these anywhere, and they're relatively inexpensive, but they can be extraordinarily beneficial. And basically, they look just like a box, and you want to sit fairly close to them. And you want to get a box that has about 10,000 lux of bright white light. And basically, you get ready in the morning and just make sure the light is very close to your eye. You don't want to look into it, but you want it to be close enough where it's shining into your retina. And that kind of mimics the bright lights of the sun that we're looking for. Some other things that I'll think about is vitamin D supplements. And you'll be surprised, even up here in Park City where we get tons of sunlight during the summer months, I still find people have very low vitamin D levels. If it starts to be kind of more mild or moderate and starts trending towards more severe, we might start thinking about some additional supplements, St. John's wort, SAM-E, and even rhodiola. And I really like rhodiola around this time of year because it gives you a little bit of an energy boost, which who couldn't, I mean, we all kind of need a little energy when it's really dark outside for more than we'd like. And I also want to say people who are at risk, or also anybody who kind of starts to change their regular routines. You know, I think we're all used to being outside a lot in the summer. You know, we're hanging out with friends, and then all of a sudden fall, winter hits, and we're hibernating, and we don't want to go out, and we stop exercising, and we start turning to maybe not the best food, and we're carbo loading all the time, or we're stressed because we're planning, you know, all these great family, you know, whether it's family vacations or trips or holidays, and it can all kind of add up. And so if you find you're continuously stressed or feeling down around certain times of the month, you know, maybe it's not necessarily seasonal depression, but maybe it's just the added stress and burden of that can happen for people during the holiday season. And, you know, this type of the holiday season and, you know, in combination with just, you know, lack of, you know, reduced sunlight and inavailability to kind of go outside and socialize like we used to. If you're really struggling, you know, you're really hard to get out of bed, you're missing out on more than an hour or so of sleep. Obviously, if you're having suicidal thoughts or just thoughts of just not wanting to be alive anymore, or just not finding any joy in life or joy in things that you used to, then those are signs you really want to reach out to a mental health professional and see what you can do. And maybe start thinking about some of these solutions that we've discussed.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
This show spotlights the latest innovations to create a greener planet. Join us next time as we explore new green ideas and present interesting green stories, and show you how some people are becoming real green.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson. I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to hour 2 of Good Morning Vail. It is Tuesday, April 9th. I'm your host, Julio Garcia, and I'll be joining you on the second hour of the show with lots more coming up. We have Kim and Gretchen in the kitchen giving us a healthy tea recipe that you'll be able to try yourself at home, as well as the latest episode of The Chat Box, which is a local podcast focused on mental health. So if you're just joining us for the second hour, sit back down, grab your cup of coffee, and join us as we kick off Good Morning Vail, hour 2.
Get up, get ready to start your day. Good morning, Vail.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. Explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in. Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smokes. Jason can't even breathe right now.
Well,
look at it.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now we are going to head over to our in-studio kitchen where Kim and Gretchen show us how to make a healthy tea that we can all enjoy at home for these chilly spring mornings. Let's take a look.
We're back in the kitchen, and this is always fun. So, Gretchen, we are working you into the kitchen rotation.
I
love
like
it.
this because you know what you're doing, and I am a novice. Like, I just, you know, I like going and getting carry out. I like trying small things, but it's good for everyone because you learn, even if you're not really good in the kitchen, that you can do, you know, different things, and it makes you feel accomplished. So
it's so true.
I'm excited.
I always love to take like simple recipes and try to enhance them, make them a little bit more special, and especially those that are benefit to our health.
100%.
Now, I don't know about you, but I am all about slowing down the aging process. And, you know, avoiding as much needling as I can help it. So no Botox, no whatever.
Yes.
But you know what? No fault to you if you do it. But this is a great enhancement as well. So we're
good
going
for your health, mind, body, and soul.
It's
I
true.
like it.
We are doing a skin tea or skin elixir tea, and so what's great about it is lemon ginger tea. So the ginger is great for your metabolism. The lemon also is, and then you can add whatever citrus that you want to into it, and a cucumber because it generates hydration, and hydration generates collagen, which makes your skin tight and looking 10 years more useful than you really are.
I like this.
So this
I'm
is
here for it.
It's a really fun recipe. It's caffeine free, so if you wanted to, you can always throw in a bag of green tea as well to give you a little bit of the extra antioxidants that come with green tea. But
sorry to interrupt. And you were going to say, because I know grapefruit for some people with medication, that's one of the things that's so weird, but it's one of those things that it kind of kicks you off, and it can be a bad thing. So you can substitute the grapefruit for something else.
Sure.
Is that correct? Okay.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And since we talked about the grapefruit, I'll tell you a little bit what's in it first. So
Okay,
we've got
perfect.
the lemon ginger tea. So you want about 2 tea bags. You kind of do whatever you want to. I personally like the Art of Tea. That's one of my favorites. But we don't sell it here in the store, and you have to order it especially online. So this is a great. I love this one. It's a lemon ginger vitality. And we've got some honey. You can sweeten it if you want to. You don't have to. This is local honey from Colorado. So very excited. And then we've got citrus, grapefruit, lemon, lime, and cucumber. And the cucumber gives that hydration factor to it.
I love cucumber.
And the citrus is just great in general because of all of the vitamin C. And then we've got some mint as well. So I can't help it. I love mint and everything, whether it's chocolate, citrus, tea, whatever. Mint is my jam.
Same. In Ohio, we had a mint growing outside of my window.
Love that.
It was brilliant.
It's so much fun. Same, actually. My mom
Really?
had a pot of herbs outside of her back porch. It was great.
love it, yes.
Great. Well, we're going to start with 3 to 5 cups of water.
Okay.
So I've got a whole carafe here, and we're just going to pour it in here. You can boil it over the stove if you want to. I love my handy-dandy tea kettle. It's the best thing in the world. I probably use this at least 2 or 3 times a day.
It's super cute. I like that.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, we're just going to pour that in. And while this tea is warming up, we'll get started on assembling the enhancing ingredients.
Okay.
So we've got cucumber. Yes. If you have a mandolin, which not everyone does, and that's okay, you can grab a cheese grater. And we're going to use the wide side of it. So if you want to see kind of what that looks like right here, right? So we've got our cheese grater, and we're just going to slice it down. So you're going to take the cucumber and just slice it down.
So we cut it in half.
Yeah, cut it in half so it's easy to work with. And then you're just going to slice it downward. And we'll probably do about, 5 or 6 slices. So Gretchen, I'm going to put you on that.
And so we go, just to make sure we go this way.
Yep, so you're going to actually take it long ways.
Long ways?
Okay. You're just going to go straight down. Yep, as best you can. That's okay.
Perfect.
You can also cut it if you need to make it a little bit shorter, but we just want nice long pieces, ribbons of cucumber. Awesome. So while we're doing that, and as Gretchen mentioned, sometimes people have an allergy to grapefruit.
Right.
So you don't have to do this. But grapefruit is, if you were, I'd do about 2 slices. So just to show you, we wanted to give you an array of citrus. But we'll start with the rest of it. So I'm going to go ahead and slice up the rest of this. We'll do about 2 slices of the orange. If you were doing the grapefruit, we would do another 2 slices of that. So we're going to substitute the grapefruit with an extra slice or 2 of orange.
Okay. That's nice to know, though. You can change it up. Even if, because some people don't like grapefruit either.
True.
I mean, I love it personally.
It's true. All right, we've got the 2 here. Or the 4 slices of grapefruit, and then we've got our lemon and our lime. It looks good to me. You can do a little bit more if you want to. We'll just keep it going. Because we really want to get that inside property, because did you know that cucumber is made up of mostly water?
Yes.
Which is really great. So it's got those excellent hydration station properties.
Hence why you put it on your eyes sometimes.
It's true.
It's a de-poofing mechanism.
It's true. Did you hear about what all of the what the Gen Zers are doing these days?
Oh gosh, I'm scared. What is it? Tell me.
They are taking tea bags that have already been wet, and they put them in the fridge, and they put those on their eyes.
Okay, I did that in college, so I was ahead of the curve.
I think that it's all kind of boomeranging.
Totally, 100%. Just like fashion in the 70s, etc. All of it.
Nothing is actually truly original. Let's be real. All right, so I've got about 3 slices of my lime here. I'm going to do 3 slices of the lemon. And then we're just going to start layering everything into.
And I might cut a little bit of this just because it's a little thin.
Sure.
I want the core of it.
And if you don't have the full, you could just do
slices. That's what I'm thinking.
Move that over here. You can do slices, but this is the fun part. I love this way. You can slice just like that.
I love
put
that.
It flat. There we go.
I feel like the cheese grater got just a little bit. It was a little flimsy.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. So I should probably watch out for my fingers. But the point is, we're going to roll this into a ribbon. So that's kind of why we want it to be nice and thin. If my mom's watching, she's probably going to yell at me about how I'm cutting
totally.
right now.
See, and I don't even know, so.
Boom. Great. Awesome. So we're just going to do that.
Perfect.
Great. Okay, so here's the fun part, the assembly.
All right.
If you can get me 2 tea bags out of the tea bag.
ma'am.
So we're just going to open up this, and this is like about a 40-ounce pitcher of water. This is actually, I love this pitcher as well. So you can actually put it on directly onto the stove.
I love that.
But since we're layering everything in here, we're just going to put these cucumbers here in the bottom. Awesome.
I bet it looks really beautiful as well.
It's really great. And then, you know, you can serve this cold, or you can serve it hot.
I love
which
that.
is great.
I'm funny. I like the cold. Which way do you like better?
I'm a hot coffee girl all year long.
Same, not
and
I.
typically I don't really drink a lot of coffee during the week. I'll have maybe 1 or 2 cups when I'm here, but I don't really make it at home. So I'm a big tea drinker.
I'm not going to say a single word because I love coffee. I love my coffee.
People look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them I don't drink a lot of coffee. But
Well, it's good. Tea is better for you, so hey.
There you go. All right. So we do that. We can throw
Beautiful.
in the tea bags right in there and just throw
And
it.
make sure to take these off.
Yeah, honestly, you can do that. Yeah, you can just throw it right in if you want to. That works. And then we'll just put a little bit more cucumber in. I'm going to break that because why not?
It smells so good.
And then our
Very
tea,
springy.
it's nice and boiled. I love this thing. And it also makes a mess. We're also, actually, I forgot about the mint. We're going to throw some mint in. So,
Okay,
Gretchen, if you
yep.
want to put just a handful of mint, it doesn't even have to come off of the stem. You can just throw it right smack in there. There we go.
Bam.
And then the best part about this is we can actually let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the strength. And then it's a nice, you can
smells
can you
so
smell
good,
it?
yes.
The ginger from the tea, you can smell that.
I
and then
love it.
all the citrus, and then of course the mint. Oh my gosh, it's the best.
And what about the honey, Kim?
We can put the honey in to add some sweetness. So
Okay.
it's really to whatever your preference is. So if you
I
want to
love
add
it.
some
Yes.
honey into it.
You know what I love about this the most? Can I be honest?
Sure.
I don't like measuring everything. I like kind of doing my own thing and figuring it out, and this is very good for that. You
It's
kind of just
exactly
see
right.
what you want, yeah.
That's exactly right. So we'll
No
just
rules, just
squeeze
fun.
it. And I'd probably do about that. Looks good to me. There you go.
Perfect.
And it looks beautiful. It smells great.
Oh, it
it's
smells
a great
amazing.
citrus refreshment to start your
Yes.
morning or your day or whatever.
Very healthy.
Or your evening. It's
I
very
love
healthy. So
That's a great thing. I bet it calms you at night.
It
It's
does.
just very refreshing.
it's true. Well, you let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will be back. I'll be enjoying my tea in the next segment.
I loved
We've got
it.
World Piano Day coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, we are very excited about our collaboration with the Chat Box, a local podcast focused on mental health topics. And up next, we're going to share with you the latest episodes with Dana Teresa from the Energy Center. Let's take a look.
Happy Friday afternoon, everybody. This is the Chat Box Vail, your live podcast on YouTube, and we are also streaming on all of the other platforms that you can get online. This is our beautiful studio today, and we are happy in the TV8 studios. And you may recognize my special guest. Dana, what's going on? I want to say hi to you really fast.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, I have you here for a reason, for all the mental health purposes that we could possibly think of. But you might recognize her from Good Morning Vail. She was with Kevin just the other day on TV8. And that's a beautiful thing because we get to spread your energy and your light in two different mediums, but all right here in the same beautiful place. So
yes,
I love it.
I love it too.
How's life going though so far?
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just, living the dream, and anytime that I get to come and talk about my passion, my purpose is such a gift. So thank you for this opportunity.
Wouldn't it be nice for all of our passions to actually be a purpose at the same time? Some of my passions have just gotten me into trouble, you know what I mean? So I love passion with a purpose.
Yeah.
That actually should be your motto. I kind of really like that.
Yeah.
And this is episode 15. So
Awesome.
We're getting into the good stuff here. We've been trying to bring people that make a difference in our community, special locals that do things for others that might not work for some, but then there's so many different ways to give ourselves a great mental health treatment or a mental health kick in the booty. Now, the one thing that I've always believed in is energy. I'm sort of empathic, but I would never call myself an empath. But I am empathic, and I can feel the energy off people like massively.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up is because that's what you work with. Now, I know our bodies are made up mostly of cells and fiber and all that other stuff until you get to the bones. I don't understand the bones unless they're massive cells and deeper, because you can't go through us even though we're all cells. But that is all human energy, correct?
Yes, everything is energy, and this is like science. If you ask any quantum physicist, they will
I
tell
know
you
all of them.
that everything is energy, and the way that energy comes together in us and our bodies, it comes together as physical matter. So you can see our bodies, we can touch them, we can feel them. And there is so much energy that is all around us that we can't see with the human eye. So our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, we can feel them, right? But we can't see them. So everything is energy, and at the same time, everything is connected.
It's crazy. Why are there certain people like me, like I can literally be sitting next to somebody and feel what's going on. I might not know what's going on, but I can feel they're either angsty or like miserable or sad or ready to rip someone's face. I don't know. I can always feel the angsty energy more than happy energy is always a given, but I can feel when somebody needs something.
Yeah, and I would say, going back to what you said at the beginning, you said, I'm not a full-blown empath. I would say just by you saying that, sharing that with me, I would say, yes, you are an empathic person. And it's funny that you found me and I'm on this show, because that is the people that tend to get drawn to energy healing work, that are attracted to it, tend to be empathic people or empaths, people that are sensitive to energy.
I got the left side goosebumps. Only on this side.
Those are what I call the divine tingles. We can talk about
I have divine tingles, everybody. I thought that meant something totally different.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, so when you're, it's so funny because I was just talking about this with someone. When you're having a conversation with someone or an experience with someone and you get the chills or you get the, I call them the divine tingles.
I love that.
Some people describe them as goosebumps.
Yeah.
What that really means is that we are connecting on a deeper level. We're connecting beyond the physical level I like to talk a lot about the soul and spirit. So what I just said, like, activated something within your soul.
Oh, you're activating all of them. Like, good thing for a padded bra right now, okay? I'm not kidding. I'm tingling. I have all those beautiful tingles. I love it. And I'm not manifesting them. I think you're giving them to me.
Yeah.
Usually each week when we do sit here doing the chat box, I experience those tingles because there's somebody that's saying something profound and there's somebody that has a story to say that, you know, help them get through something in life. We all deal with so much, and it looks like we're about to deal with a whole lot more. It just seems like things just are getting... I mean, we had an earthquake in New Jersey. If the world's not going bananas, I don't know what's happening. So we are all needing to prepare for a little bit more anxiety, whether it's because of politics, whether it's because of the nature of our being, whether it's because of money matters or some loss or dealing with like somebody who's betrayed you or dealing with depression and anxiety. I call depression and anxiety the givens because it seems like a lot of, and it's probably because it has come to the surface and people don't stigmatize it anymore, so people are allowed to talk about it. So that's why I find it to be more prevalent in a lot of people. I mean, I've been living with, I touched my microphone. I've been living with that, both of those, my entire life. It's my life started off with anxiety and it kept on going. So I can relate so hard to people that deal with anxiety or depressive episodes. I always manage to pull myself out because I'm one of those weird people that when I feel myself going down dark, I have to sit for a few days and work it out, but I always know I can get back out. There's people that can't get themselves back out. There's people that can't find a medium or an avenue or like a community of people to help them deal with what they're going through. So with you being here and the energy work that you do, the first question I have for you is, why do you feel that what your purpose in life is helps people? Why do you feel like it does something good for people's mental space?
So knowing that everything is energy and everything is connected, there's so many modalities out there right now. There's so many ways in which people can receive treatment for whatever ails them, if it's a physical condition, a mental condition, an emotional condition. For me, in my own life, I have found that when I have experienced really like deep, profound healing, it is when I take myself to those deeper levels and connect with myself on an energetic level.
Now, how do you do that for somebody that's looking, going, yeah, well, I don't go deep? Or something like that.
I would say when we have these issues that we can't seem to resolve, that like traditional Western medicine or even traditional psychotherapy, you know, you can't move through it. You're like, find yourself in the same situations over and over again. You find yourself experiencing similar things. You can't get over the hump. Then it's because you're hanging out on that surface level.
Is that also the same as not being able to let something go or being upset with something and you just can't let those feelings go?
It can be true. Okay. Yeah, because when we keep having the same emotions that come up, the same triggers, the same feelings, and we're not willing to go within and do some self-exploration around it, then to be honest, we're never going to resolve it.
Gotcha.
And actually, things are just going to like perpetuate themselves and get worse.
That's what happens with many. Because if you don't have the tools, then you kind of just keep riding what you're feeling and you don't you don't break free.
Yeah, and then it becomes your normal and you don't realize how good things can be, how healing really feels, or how being in balance really feels, because you're used to being, your normal is being out of balance all the time. And so when we actually...
Oh my God, it's crazy that you touched on that, because I've been through a lot in my life, a lot. That's why I do this podcast. I want to bring healing to people instead of having them struggle all the time. I have to say, what you said is crazy because it's true. It really is. I mean, you can keep riding it, or you got to figure out a way to get through it. And sometimes
and usually what I tell people, when you're in a place in your life where you feel stuck, or again you still are repeating the same patterns and relationships over and over again, the same situations keep presenting themselves to you, it's your soul and the universe's way of being like, wake up, it's time to tune in, it's time to heal. And a lot of people, they don't want to go to those deeper levels because they're afraid of feeling the pain or the emotion or the hurt. When really
they're already feeling it.
You're already feeling it. You're living it, and by not allowing yourself to feel it, you're just holding on to it. So it's just going to keep coming up in certain ways and presenting itself in ways that are detrimental to you in your life. So when you take the time and the space to go inward and feel it and move through it, then you can release it and let it go, and then you have this like sweet relief.
Yes, you touched on something about feeling comfortable in a certain space. Because I went through a lot, and then when things were good, when I met like the right kind of human being that I wanted as my significant other, I would do what I could to sabotage, because it felt like I was uncomfortable being happy and normal and somebody caring about just me and not using all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so it felt good. It scared me. It's kind of like, the person that's always used to looking for nickels in the couch.
Yeah.
You hit the lotto, you're still looking for those nickels because it's comfortable to be looking for the nickels.
Yes.
It's just that excitement.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. And I think many people do that. You stay, is it a complacency even though it's not happy?
Yeah, I think what you said is it's comfortable, and that's what you're used to. So, for me, for example, when I was younger, I was in a family situation where I was very emotional, very sensitive, and no one really talked about emotions back then, or no one knew how to talk to me about them or help me work through them. And so I was in this situation in my family life where I was just with parents that were very emotionally unavailable, and there's nothing, you can't
change that.
I can't change that. I love my parents so much, but that's probably, what their experience was.
And
as
I'm
well.
generations ahead of you, so imagine.
Yeah, just imagine.
Stuff it down, move on, stuff it.
And so our relationships are always reflecting back to us what we need. So we have this tendency to seek out on an unconscious level. We're not purposely being like, I want a guy who's emotionally unavailable, right? We end up in these relationships, and that's what happened to me in my earlier years, is I kept finding myself in these relationships with men who were emotionally unavailable. And then I was like, why won't you love me? And finally, I ultimately got to this point where I realized in my healing journey,
you got lucky they didn't love
that yeah, it was rejection is divine protection. And at the same time,
there we go again.
And at the same time, I really needed to learn to love myself.
Yeah, that's so big.
So being emotionally available to yourself.
That's the biggest struggle.
That's the biggest struggle. And then once you start to feel more comfortable and explore that on your own, then you're going to attract the partner that's going to be able to help you balance.
And that's energy.
And that's energy too.
Because you are putting off a new feeling of yourself. You've become empowered, and you realize, I don't want to be with all these unsavory. That's a good word for it. Unsavories.
I like
for TV. But until you realize that you deserve better, you'll keep putting the energy out for all the unsavories.
Exactly.
And when you realize that you deserve somebody really special, somebody that's going to love you for all of your stuff.
Yeah.
And then you think it's not going to happen, so you just get on your own. And then when they show up, you're like, whoa, there they are.
There they are.
And then the sad part is, even though you think you deserve it and you put all this energy into getting that person, there they are. And like for me and probably many others, what do? We try and mess it up because it's too good. It's
self-sabotage,
too good. Yeah, what is that? That's crazy. You would think that we would feel that we're doing it, and I think we probably do.
Yeah.
But I know there's so many people out there that are struggling with, I'm just one human, and there's so many people that go through so many different levels of emotional and mental distress or healing, and there's so many things. So what can we tell people? How can they step out of their comfort zone to get some energetic healing?
Yeah. So I always say the first step is awareness. That's what I always tell my clients, and that's what I've noticed in myself. Once you realize and come into this awareness and understanding, like, wow, I keep having these same patterns in my life, or wow, I'm feeling really like heavy and life feels really dark right now. What can I do to heal that? So the first step is you have to wake up to it. You have to become conscious of it. And this work isn't for everyone. I do want to say that. Like sometimes people want to have a life where they're just, going through everything, being unconscious, and that's okay.
Well, and there's different levels of different help for everybody, and that's why I like to bring on different people in our community. And I was very drawn to what you do.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so I would say becoming conscious of what keeps showing up in my life, and then also stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's necessary in order to, we can't change and evolve our lives if we keep doing the same thing over and over again. So there has to be a willingness to try something different.
Absolutely.
To give to yourself and allow yourself to receive. I see that so much, especially with empathic people, is we are so used to giving and giving and giving and giving, and so when it comes time to give to ourselves, or receive, even receiving from others, we're like, we push it away. Even like when you said, when the man comes into your life that wants to love you, and you're like, ew, because we're so like closed off from receiving, because we have I see this a lot with empaths, that a lot of our life we have tried to find love by doing for others, thinking that if we do everything and help everyone else, that somehow people will get back to us.
Right.
And it doesn't always work that way.
No.
And so we end up getting really frustrated and depleted. And
then wondering why.
And having a lot of anxiety and depression and wondering why isn't anyone, and we get resentful.
Sure.
We get resentful.
And then sometimes you give way more than you receive, and then you're like wondering, why am I doing all this for somebody that probably is just taking me for granted anyway.
So it takes an awareness, and it takes stepping outside of your comfort zone and I'd say those are the 3 steps. Stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Comfort zone is the hardest thing for people, but once you do that, because I've done it more lately in my older years than I ever did when I was younger. Because I think when I was younger, it was always out of your comfort zone. You just didn't know what you were stepping into. But now that we know where we stand in life, and if we can pull off doing something a little bit above and beyond. Now let me ask you this. What exactly is energy healing, and how do we go about obtaining something like that? Like, what does your practice do? What do you do for energy healing? How does that work?
Yeah, so in my practice, I combine the modalities of Reiki, the Akashic Records, and ancient shamanic healing practices.
Bless you. Sorry, what?
So
I know what Reiki is.
Reiki is a form of Japanese energy healing, and that's just a simple placement of the hands on the body. And when we talked about before, everything is energy. There's so much energy around us that we cannot see. Reiki translates to mean life force energy. So in Reiki, I'm channeling this life force energy that's all around us through my body and through my hands into your body. And so it's this all-knowing, intelligent energy. It knows what you need.
Wow.
So it's co-creating with you an experience so that you can balance out your energy and receive what you need. The Akashic Records is a way, it's similar, but it's through like spoken word. Reiki is like more of a hands-on thing. The Akashic Records is I'm channeling intuitive guidance and support from your spirit guides to help give you direction in your life or help you move through the things that might still need to be healed.
And these are for people like that are stuck or lost or confused.
Yeah, people that have lots of questions. If people want to like just receive and have a very relaxing experience.
The Reiki.
The intuitive information is kind of always coming through me now because I've been doing this work for a long time.
Really?
So if you want to lay back and receive and relax, then the hands-on Reiki is great for that. The Akashic Records is great if you have a lot of questions. If you're feeling really lost and stuck, then that can just give you some answers and give you some guidance. And then shamanism is an ancient practice that's been all over the world for thousands and thousands of years, and it really works with the life elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space. And it is really connected to the earth, and there's just these ancient energy healing practices that I have learned to offer to people. So things like shamanic journeying and energetic cord removal, that would be like a whole nother episode.
Energetic cord removal. Don't say that to anybody who's pregnant right now.
Yeah. Well, moms and babies have energetic cords, and it's a good cord.
Really? So it's a good thing?
It's a good cord.
Oh, okay. Is it like cutting the cord, like get space from the mom and the baby or something?
Yeah,
like
so an example of there's good cords and there's bad cords. So a mom and a baby is a good cord because they need each other. A bad cord would be like, let's say, I don't want to say bad, but a cord that there might be room for a little negative, let's just say, that like a mom has a kid and they're going off to become an adult and like move out of the house, and like let's say the parent or whatever just like can't get over it and they can't let go.
And that's
that
why they
would
always say, cut the cord, let them go.
There's so many things that we say as humans that are so intuitive and so like...
And it's so vile when you think about it. It's like, God, okay, but yours is so much prettier.
So there's...
nicer way.
There's so much that we cannot see, and there's so much going on in our energetic system, and sometimes we kind of carry around these cords or these energetic residues from old emotions or past relationships. And we can't, like, for example, sometimes when we can't get over a relationship, when we feel like stuck and we can't move past being with a certain person in a relationship, that might mean that there is some energetic baggage that you're carrying around in your system from that person. So in energy healing, we can move through a process where we help to remove that energy from your system.
Wow.
And then the person can feel a lot of relief from that experience. So energy healing is essentially, I call it energetic hygiene. So you're like releasing the energies that don't serve you. Mm-hmm. You're filling yourself back up with life force energy to restore.
Right.
So we need energy. Energy like fuels our heartbeat.
Sure.
We can heal our energy through like simple breath work. We can heal our energy through hiking out and being outside in nature, or through taking a shower and just like letting the water cleanse your body and your system. And then there's more in-depth levels of energy healing. So when you come to work with like me,
like you.
with an energy healer,
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: did you study this? Do you feel like you have a special gift? Do you feel like both, or one or more or the other?
Yeah. So I've been a nurse for over 20 years. That's how I started.
Altruism.
Yeah. And I always think I've been very sensitive since a very young age. I thought I was very sensitive to energy. And then when I was always drawn to these holistic modalities, and I definitely saw room for improvement in Western medicine when I was practicing as a nurse and working at the bedside. The focus is so intensely on the physical body, but we are so much more than that. And so I started exploring these holistic modalities, and I found Reiki. And when I started practicing Reiki and learning it, I started to have like visions. I would see colors, I would see images that pertain to that person.
And there were no mushrooms involved.
Nope. And I was like, I didn't trust it, and I'm like, oh, my mind is just making this up. And I really felt like I needed more support and more guidance. And so I continued on like finding teachers and working with teachers, but I really wanted to have someone who was more of like a mentor that could help me understand and help explain like what I was experiencing.
Good for you for doing that.
This is your intuition.
So you do have a gift.
I do have a gift, and at the same time, everyone has a third eye chakra. Everyone has the ability to be intuitive, but we turn it off. Because
I feel like some people are afraid of it.
Yep.
I'm not afraid of it. I feel like I have it. Sometimes it's eerie. You know what I mean? But then I think that it's kind of fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Such an amazing. So let me ask you a question. If you sat here with me, would you feel my energy if you grab my hand?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Oh. There's so much like sunshine and love in your heart.
I was waiting for all that crap to come out.
No, right now, because you know what? Because you're in your element.
Yeah.
And you're doing the thing that you love. So that's like the energy that's vibrating through you.
Really?
Right now.
Oh my
just
God.
This intense energy of love.
That's amazing. Danielle, I'm moving into the studio because apparently I'm all sunshine here. This is amazing. That was special, really?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's great that I radiate some positive energy, because the one thing that I have found in life is that everybody goes through stuff. And then when this is something I don't like to hear. Oh, they were mean to you, but listen, you don't know what they're going through. They don't know what I'm going through. So let's pretend we're all going through something, and don't take your stuff out on others. The problem with me is that I go through life, nobody would ever know of all the traumatic events that I've experienced, because it's nobody's fault. And it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's all me. And yes, it's a lot of weight on myself, but I would never take my stuff out on other people. There's a lot of people bitter because of what's happened in their world, and they walk around and they're awfully mean to people, and people are like, well, you don't know what they're going through. Well, they don't know what I'm going through. So I think that if we all treat each other with that same theory, nobody knows what everybody's going through, then we should all be a little kinder and a little bit more patient with each other.
Yes.
You know?
And that's actually, I love that you're bringing this up, because that's something that I teach and I work a lot with, is this unity consciousness.
What is unity consciousness?
So this is Akashic perspective earlier when I was talking about the Akashic records. So when I'm channeling from your spirit guides, it's channeling, yes, life force energy guidance and support, and it's channeling unconditional love. And so when we come into Akashic perspective, we're able to like see outside of ourselves, outside of our ego, and see more from the heart space, like that everyone, everything, everywhere is connected.
Wow.
And though we might have different life experiences, we all have very similar life experiences.
Without a doubt, to different degrees or levels, absolutely. We all have some kind of something that people could relate to.
Yeah. And so kind of what I said before, some people choose to stay unconscious, and yes, they might take their anger out on us
It's
or
just
whatever.
sad.
It is.
You can feel it, right? I just want everybody. I can we all just get along.
I know. And that's, again, that's like every soul is here for a reason at this time, and everyone's on kind of their different journey, and everyone's experiencing different life lessons. And so some people, some souls came here at this time to have a really like expansive life. Some people came to learn the lesson of trust and safety and security. And so we're all kind of on these different levels, but we're all working towards the same purpose, and that's to like come back together again as
be joyful
one,
and
to be
stop
joyful,
the divide of everything.
and to stop seeing things as so separate. Like when we
Wouldn't
create,
that be amazing? Now, okay, what are kneecap goosebumps? What do you call those?
I don't know.
I just got goosebumps in my kneecaps.
I love that, actually.
Just
That's
that.
interesting. Yeah.
Divine kneecaps.
I would say those, like everything's connected. Those are the roots of your body. So there's like something in your root that's like trust and connection.
It's my root chakra.
It is your root chakra, yes. Yeah, so that's another thing that I teach people is living through the chakras, and that's how when I give Reiki, I follow the chakras, the 7 energy centers of the body.
I actually believe in all of that. I really, really do. I mean, I never studied it, but just everything I've ever listened to. I've had many Reiki treatments.
Yeah.
I've had the cupping and all the other stuff, but I've had the sound, the bells and the chimes, and there is really something to it. It's like it takes you into another place.
It does.
And it lifts you somewhere, and it makes you just let go of everything. And there's just something magical about it and cathartic.
That's what
and it's a beautiful thing. And I would like a lot of people to experience something like that. What types of people usually come to see you? What sort of emotional issues or mental health issues do they come to you for?
I would say usually the people that come to see me, as I said before, are energy sensitive or empathic. And they tend to come to me when they are experiencing a lot of anxiety or depression, or they're feeling really stuck in life. Those are like the top three reasons why people come to see me and work with me. And so just anxiety is a very root chakra oriented issue. So our root chakra is our energy center at the base of our spine, and that connects us to the earth. And so when we feel disconnected from the solid stability that the earth gives us, then that causes a lot of fear. We don't feel safe, right? And so anxiety is really excessive worry, excessive fear. So to work with anxiety, to work with anxiety, I usually recommend we focus on the root chakra and balancing and healing the root energy center.
Wow.
So everything is connected, everything is energy. So if you have like a chronic long-term or imbalance in the root chakra, yes, it might manifest in anxiety, but you might also start to get issues in the lower parts of your body. So your very low back, your legs, your knees, your feet. So again, these signs and symptoms that come up in the body are opportunities for us to tune in and what's really going on here.
So a lot of people don't realize that when you have a lot of stuff manifesting inside you, it can affect you not just emotionally, but physically. It can help you, it can damage your organs. It can damage your cells. It can damage your physicality, your body. You can go in and out of alignment a lot easier because you just, like you say, not grounded. I am one of those weirdos that loves to take my shoes off, stand around the big rooted trees.
That's beautiful for the root
like
chakra.
I love that, and I never understood why I loved it.
So,
I just,
do you see how intuitive you are?
So
you
weird.
just like naturally know what your system needs.
That's so weird.
I want to go and stand next to a tree, have my bare feet in the earth. Like, what is more
about that.
grounding and supportive than that? Than literally letting the earth's energy hold you up. Trees are so supportive. The energy from trees. I used to talk to trees when I was a little girl, and I started talking to them again because they have so much they want to give us.
Yeah, and they're old and wise.
They're old. They have so much wisdom within them. They give us oxygen. We give them carbon dioxide. So we're constantly in this beautiful energetic exchange with our environment.
I think they're amazing. They're miraculous. And you know what I love about, we're going off topic, but I love aspen trees because all their roots, they're all conjoined underground. So they're one giant happy family.
Did you see how, that just came full circle. We were talking about unity consciousness and universal perspective, and like the aspen trees are this beautiful,
it's just amazing
example or way in which we can learn to live our lives. Everything's connected, and they give each other feedback and information, and they share nutrients, and so it's like,
oh my gosh,
we need to be the aspens,
so
right?
now I know the moral of our story today is be an aspen.
Be an aspen tree,
be an aspen tree. So let's get your information out there because this has been such a wonderful conversation, and I literally can feel your energy because I can see what a positive influence you can be on people, and we love people like you in our community that, like I said, we all have our different ways of healing, but maybe energy healing is for you. And if you want to go and just appreciate a session with you, Dana, how do people reach out to you, and where do they go, and all that good stuff?
So you can always head to my website. It's danateresa.com. That's DANATHERESA. And I have a brand new space called the Energy Center, which is in Avon. It's above the Vin 48 restaurant.
Oh, that's right around the corner from the TVA
Right around
studios.
the corner. And it's actually a shared and collective space. So I am there and I have two other member healers that work out of there. I have Kristen Labaugh, who does sound healings every Sunday, après ski sound healings every Sunday at 5 p.m. at the Energy Center. And then Jessica Shada does hypnotherapy and massage, and also some dance lessons. So we have lots of different ways in which you can experience holistic healing through different modalities at the Energy Center.
That's amazing, and I love it because a lot of people have different ways to express themselves or something, and I talk about this every week. There's a lot of people that are sitting at home going, gosh, I feel kind of alone. I feel on my own. Take a class, go get a hypnosis, take a dance class, do something exciting and fun, step out of that comfort zone and do something positive for yourself, and that self-love will come, and then you can have this new freeing feeling and a new light, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I think is so wonderful about what you do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
so
you.
you're right here in Avon.
I'm right here in Avon. We have the Energy Center has a Facebook page. It's the Energy Center CO, so you can head to the Facebook page and get all the updates on all the offerings and events that we have going on. I'm actually offering a new moon solar eclipse shamanic journey this Monday for that new moon solar eclipse. So if you want to come and restore and go through a deep guided meditation where you can connect your intuition and your spirit guides, then this is like a wonderful opportunity.
I might want to do that.
You should come.
We're not going to be able to see the eclipse from here, so I might as well go do some kind of ceremony.
So you should at least come and experience the energy with us with a beautiful group of
that
wonderful
sounds
souls.
Absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough for being here with me today. This was a wonderful journey that we took, all about energy and healing and taking yourself to a better, higher place where we can all find ways to take care of ourselves and to feel better and to not always feel stuck. And that's what I love about bringing people like you on. Well, this was episode 15 of the Chat Box live on YouTube and all of the other social media networks. You can also catch us in the mornings after Good Morning Vail on TV8 on Saturdays. And we are so happy to be here. I am a very grateful person for the space that we have to bring you all kinds of mentally healthy people and to give you all the different avenues on ways that you can grab hold of yourself and become bigger, better, brighter, happier soul. Again, thank you so much for being here. What's your number? Anyone want to throw out a number for anybody? Are you dating? No, I'm kidding. No, number for your business.
You can email me if you have questions at Dana, D-A-N-A, @oehealing.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Dana. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
A little bit more energy as we close out. We have the chat box. May something magical happen to you guys this weekend.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
The songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
All right, everyone, we are reaching the end of today's episode of Good Morning Vail. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. We had Elizabeth Sullivan, Wellness and Abundance, giving us all the tips and tricks for living a healthy lifestyle. We also had Mountain Youth here in studio telling us all about the work they do in the community, as well as an important conversation on seasonal depression, a healthy tea you can make at home, and of course, the latest episode of the Chat Box. So with that, we are wrapping up today's show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning with more Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes?